Finding the unit rate from a proportional table. Remember, to find a unit rate, just divide. I will say one other thing though. Pay attention to the order that you are dividing in. For example, if you do miles divided by hours, that will give you miles per hour. But if you do hours divided by miles, that will give you hours per mile. This means how many miles can I travel in 1 hour. This means how many hours does it take me to travel 1 mile. So you do have to be careful with the order. And if you divide in the wrong order, you'll get the reciprocal of the correct answer. So for example, if the correct answer should have been, let's say, 5, you would get an answer instead of 1/5. Or if the answer should have been 1/5, you would get an answer of 5. So you'll always get the reciprocal of what the correct answer should have been if you divide the wrong way. So be careful of that. And by the way, the same thing applies to other fractions. If the correct answer for the unit rate, let's just say off the top of my head, should have been 3/7, if you divided in the wrong order, then you would get an answer of 7/3. And why is that? Well, that's because if we do 1/3/7, which is the reciprocal of 3/7, then to work this out, 1 divided by 3/7, so we'll do keep change flip, and that gives us 1 times 7/3, which is just 7/3. So that's why if you had some sort of unit rate problem where the answer should be this, if you divide in the wrong order, you'll get the reciprocal of this, which is this. Let's take a look at an example. The table below shows a proportional relationship between how many laps Fred swam and how many minutes passed. So this is important. We are already told that the relationship is proportional, meaning that the ratio between these two numbers is the same as the ratio between these two numbers, which is also the same as the ratio between these two numbers. So if I were to take these numbers and just reduce them, just like reducing a fraction, find the greatest common factor and just divide both of these to get a reduced ratio, I would find that the ratio between these numbers is the same as the ratio between these numbers and these numbers. Okay, going back to the problem, according to the table, for each minute that goes by, how many laps does Fred swim? This is asking us for a unit rate, but it's very important that you realize what unit rate it's asking us for. Is this question asking us for minutes per lap? Or is it asking us for laps per minute? Remember, minutes per lap means how many minutes does it take to swim one lap? How many minutes for every lap? Laps per minute means how many laps can Fred swim in 1 minute? How many laps for every minute? Well, if you read the question carefully, for each minute, meaning 1 minute, for each minute that goes by, how many laps does Fred swim? Each minute is telling us we only want to think of 1 minute. We want to think of how many laps Fred can swim in 1 minute. Well, that's laps per minute. It's not this one. And that's very important. Now that we know what unit rate we're looking for, now it's very easy to get the answer. Underneath laps, we'll just write a number of laps from a row. By the way, it does not matter which row we use. We can use this row, we can use this row, or we can use this row. Because we know the relationship is proportional, that means the ratios are the same for each row. So no matter which row we choose to take the numbers from and divide them, we'll get the same answer. So you could pick any one. I'll just go ahead and let's choose this one. So 42 minutes, 7 laps. So all we have to do is take the number of laps, which for the row I chose was 7, and divide that. Remember, to find a unit rate, just divide in the correct order. We're going to divide that by the number of minutes that passed, which was 42 from the row that I chose. So what is 7 divided by 42? If you said 6, you're wrong. 42 divided by 7 is 6. The other way, 7 divided by 42 is 1/6. So 1/6 of a lap per... Uh-oh, I'm going to run out of room here. Sorry, I'm going to have to put it underneath here. 1/6 of a lap per minute. That is the unit rate that is being shown to us from this table. And we could have used any row. If we did 4 divided by 24, we would also get 1/6. If we did 6 divided by 36, we would also get 1/6. Notice that if we did it the wrong way, if we did minutes divided by laps, then we would have gotten 6, which is incorrect. That's the reciprocal of the correct answer, which was 1/6 of a lap per minute. Alrighty, have a great night.